beautiful model with me again today, Paige. And today we're going to be palpating the psoas. So its attachment points connects to this 12th and 13th rib, and then all of the transverse processes and the vertebral bodies from T12 down to L7. It also has some attachment points onto the ventral ilium, and then it sneaks underneath to attach into the lesser trochanter of the femur. So the action of psoas, being one part of the ellipsoas group, is it flexes the hip, it comes into a little bit of adduction, and it also likes to add a little bit of external rotation on there as well. And it also flexes the spine when it works. To palpate, it's quite a tricky one to palpate. I like to use sort of two fingers. I come onto the cranial quad group and then I kind of sneak around. I bring the hip up into a bit of hip flexion. Good girl, darling. You're okay. You're okay. I try not to be too pokey because she's pretty lean. If I come up into hip flexion, it kind of softens it off a little bit, and then I can sort of play around whether I'm on it or not into a bit of hip flexion and hip extension. You're okay. Paige doesn't like me stretching her hip flexor, but we'll see how we go. She also likes me to massage her cranial quad group too when I'm doing it. So I like to try to support her hip, her knee and her tarsus, and then very gently bring her into a little bit of hip extension. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And ideally I like to hold these stretches for about 20 or 30 seconds. With Paige not really liking too much hip extension stuff, that's about as far as I'll take it. But if I wanted to add in a little bit more of a stretch with the range that I've got, I can just drop her down into a little bit of internal rotation. I can then even, if she'll let me, add a little bit of, you're okay, you're okay. Add a little bit of sort of like a fixation with a myofascial block. Drop it down into a good girl. And then again, hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. Good job, Paige.